I wasn't sure if it increased the magic resistance as well, but it doesn't look like it does.
No.
So I thought maybe like you just go Scepter then. If it increases resistance, then maybe you don't need that maybe you don't need the BKB, but you might have a fight to break out pretty shortly. Look at this. 5-man smoke, and they're kind of split on old G. If Ancient Tribe can sneak on through, but they fought it. Like OG will be aware of what's going on for the moment. They've got a backline stab from the rest of the members to start to move on over. Keytrack gets a great dual breath onto all the 4 heroes currently nearby, and the double stun as well from Tops. And meanwhile, LeBron's just getting beat down by Resolution. Now Lil Pleb as well. It's going to be 3 members of Ancient Tribe that just run straight into the meat grinders. Oh, gee. That is how you want to start your game 1.
I mean, it's kind of odd that they went for that sort of play, right? They're not a bad level 1 fighting lineup on old G, and well, they actually had a decent amount. They didn't have the vision to play around with, actually. It's going to be Alex that goes for the D-Ward now, assuming he's just going to pop it up onto the high ground. Never mind, he might even be able to snag away this bounty. Very, very cheeky. But yeah, great dual breath, like you mentioned. Seb's IO buffing up Rezo, meaning that he's able to constantly spam out those wild axes. That really was what did the majority of the damage there. Just everyone grouped up onto this small area, slowed down by the Chikiro, no boots, and yeah, you're just going to melt.
How are we expecting this mid matchup to go between Topson and Mobe here on the Viper?
Honestly, not sure. I'm not sure what Bobe is going to look to go in terms of his skill build, right? Because you could just look to go down the route of the Nether Toxin to be able to spam out that lane, but you're not going to get value out of a stick in this lane, I don't think. Topson's going to be a lot more conservative with his spell usage, and you might just need that Nether Toxin to be able to just push the wave away from you and make sure that Topson isn't enabled to go for some of these early rotations like he loves to do.
Do we feel like a lot of those rotations going to be enabled thanks to the power runes? Is this something that both sides need to be keeping in the back of their mind?
I think so, but again, on OG's side, no one really wants to be the one to make that rotation. Honestly, neither does Ancient Tribe, but at least you've got the capability of a Shadow Demon to make a quick rotation while stacking. It's quite easy for Alex to be able to build those ones up, but I still feel like this is probably going to benefit Topson a little bit more, especially if Mobe continues to go into a little bit more of this single target style, maxing out the corrosive skin in what I assume is going to be an Aghanim Scepter build. Because you know they're going to run at you, right? You're going to get insane value out of it.
And what needs to go right for Ancient Tribe to be able to stop the running? I know you just mentioned the Ag Scepter on the Viper. Is there some other components that we need to be looking at for Radiant?
I think it's just being in the right position to understand like when OG are going to feel strong with their timing. So when's a relocate going to come? Is Disruptor going to be there to be able to get a glimpse back in the meantime, so that you're actually fighting solo and, you know, outnumbered? And of course, like I've been mentioning as well, the top side of the map. How is Mixer going to be enabled to be able to take this tier 1 tower, open up the map a little bit so that you're not always just playing on the back foot? You can't do that against A, a dire lineup, and B, this specific one that's, you know, is going to have all of that aggression to be able to play with. So you got to open up the map so that you're actually getting something in response to the push that you know is coming at you. That's the strength of OG's lineup, right? Ball up and go.
Just a question of, can you get that ball rolling? And no, still those 3 early kills are definitely going to help out. Does seem like the lanes aren't favoring anyone too heavily in particular, which is honestly pretty important considering you did give up all those kills. So it's a very minor net worth lead for OG, but nothing too crazy.
I mean, we know that Rezo is going to be able to spam out these. Actually, he's got a second point in the Call of the Wild.
Top lane, no one? Might be in a little trouble here. No one gets the kill, but the trade, it'll be there for Ancient Tribe. And we already see early on what the Shadow Demon is able to do against the Abaddon. You just get that banishment out. All of a sudden, 2 Abaddon illusions pop out, so they can use the Curse of Avernus against himself. And that's a big kill for them to find against the carry.
Yeah, it only takes a couple of right clicks, right? And I feel like Mixer's setting that up quite well with a Dragon Tail just to ensure that the Abaddon is going to get caught in that. I was a little surprised that Rezo actually went the second point into the Call of the Wild Boar, considering, you know, you've got this IO that's buffing you up. You're just about to finish into the Arcane Boots as well. So, of course, you're going to basically have a full mana pool to be able to play around with. And I feel like you got to try and push Little Pleb out of this lane ASAP prior to him being level 6. That's really not where a Slark wants to be in the jungle. He's happy to rotate back once he hits that period, just so that he can continue to use the Shadow Dance passive. But until then, he really wants to just stay in this lane as long as possible.
Well, we do have a replay with a listen here, so let's go to that one and see what they had to say.
Where are we focusing?
Slug has nothing. Slug does all the damage, guys. Just get Slug. Stun. Kill the Slug after kills. Slug does all the damage. Slug is all the damage, guys. Can I get one kill in this one? Can I get one? Sometimes they give good, sometimes they be bad. Alright, that's pretty good.
All right, nice. Yeah, you hear how important the communication is inside those fights, and like, no one saying early on who are we focusing. You got Seb as the vocal person as well, saying get the Slark after we find that first kill.
See, it's moments like that where I really wish No-Tail was playing on this lineup, because you know it's not going to be that cool, calm and collected style. He would have been screaming at the top of his lungs the entire time. And you know what? I think players are too composed these days. You got to let a lot of that emotion out. The last time we heard that was when he was casting over at that Dubai tournament. Remember that? When he was casting OG?
Yes, yeah.
Where are you going to run? Nowhere. Here we go. They might be able to set up for another one of these stuns onto No One specifically as he gets the silence in onto him. Nice little body blocks going off here as well by Mixer, but of course he's got the phase boots to be able to get right on out of that one. And well, it's an Abaddon. You are going for this Radiance. It's again just how are these other lanes going to be able to enable that? Even popping the glyph here just to try and keep this this siege creep alive. Of course, Mobai might be in a little bit too deep, especially with Seb looking to heal him up.
Final thing is maybe they get the power rune away from the left track, but yeah, big kill for them to be able to find to slow down Mobai's game. And meanwhile, Resolution's still okay to be able to play into Lil Pleb at the moment. I mean, the Slark really needing that level 6 just to help survive some of the spam that we see coming out from the axes at the moment.
And then Seb comes straight back. He's like, oh, there's my little mana battery. And then in another 15 seconds, he's might even have the level 5 to have an additional point in those wild axes. I think he's got the Helm of Iron Will coming out to him as well. Mix is doing a good job up on this top side, though. Abaddon still almost level 5, but ways away from level 6, and he wants to try and get the pressure in onto that top tower. But again, as just a soul DK, you're not going to be able to take this lane out, especially once Kitrak joins in.
So do we feel like Mobe needs to consider about moving top pretty shortly once the Dragonite has that ultimate to work with?
I guess, but I think it's really important for him to just keep the Lesh from rotating as well, right? And it's about pushing that mid lane in. He's only got the 1 point in the Nether Toxin so far, though, to be able to do that. So again, he's very single target focused right now.
Look at bottom lane. Rezo and Seb getting very aggressive against Lil Pleb. They do have Mobe nearby, so running up the high ground into the Viper is going to feel a little bit awkward, but the glimpse, that's really the awkward thing about it. Seb, unfortunately, doesn't have a TP. He's going to be relying on the tether to get some distance away, but the Poison has had plenty of time to be able to stack up. Pleb even gives Seb a tip. So
I mean, he tipped him off the first blood, so it's understandable. But now it's just, again, about getting Pleb up to this level 6, right? He's going to have LeBron move away as quickly as possible, maybe build up some stacks for the Viper to be able to quickly farm. But yeah, you just got to make sure that Pleb gets up onto this ultimate as quickly as possible. Could have gone so much better for Ancient Tribe, though, right? You don't use the Glimpse, you walk up into the Viper, you get the kill, and then he can't just TP away because you've still got the Glimpse to be able to go for that. Is Rezo going to be able to get a kill here? Not quite.
Top lane there. Might be able to get a kill into No One. Poison's starting to stack up, but it's actually Kitrak that's doing a really good job to zone away Alex. I don't believe he's going to tick out to the Dual Breath. He needed one more tick without the tower being nearby, but still a lot of damage being dealt. Straight away, we're going to see Mixer look to activate the Elder Dragon form, but there will really be no follow-up for the moment. However, really, mid lane is where we need to be looking at. This tower, how's it going down? What? What's going on?
It's a rotation from LeBron, helping to back him up, so anyone that TP'd in response was just going to get glimpsed back. It means that you're going to sacrifice the Slark on this bottom side, and, well, I think you can afford to do this, but you got to be taking top at the same time. Slark at least hits on to the level 6 now, so he's going to have full HP to be able to contest this if they're really wanting to, and it seems like that's exactly what they want to do.
We've got the extra +1 for the wraparound as well. LeBron's going to be here just to cancel any TPs. Rezo's going to be able to hold one down into place, but with a kinetic field, is going to struggle with ducking into the tree line. A great rotation for them to find, and they will continue to slow down that push. And now, there's more objectives getting damaged. Thompson trying to look for the kill. They'll be able to run into Alex into the tree line, so this will give enough time, though, for Mixer to be able to step on out of danger.
I was about to give props over to Alex just for his positioning to enable that. He's also got a Meteor Hammer on Mixer as well. So again, just really relishing this pushing role. They got to make sure that they defend this, though. I mean, Thompson is going to pick up... They got a Observer Ward as well. There's Kittrack going to look to place it. I'm sure as soon as they see a bit of a stack built up here, it's going to give them the information to be able to come and potentially contest this. This is relocate on Seb as well.
We will at least stand by to be able to soak some of the experience here for Kittrack. But there we go. Thompson and Seb trying to connect. Mixer is a little bit closer to the tower, though, so this is going to give an opportunity now for Ancient Tribe to protect it.
They've got their own ward. Look at all the TPs. Yeah. They're just going to take the hard camp for now, though. Where's Disrupt?
Truck does run away from the team, so LeBron's going to be able to find the angle for the glimpse. OG considering about still trying to protect the Jakiro, but with the kinetic field blocking off that avenue to the high ground, Kittrack will be left to feed the wolves.
Just one for now, though, and Rezo's actually a little bit deep. They've got the relocate if they want to make a rotation. It looks like they do.
Is it going to be fast enough, though? Maybe they can get some return kills off the back of this, though. Pleb's in some trouble. Trying to pounce at the tree line. Even no one's TPing down as well. And they know Mobe, he's got no way to escape as the Viper moved down over with the teleport scroll. So a big kill for them to find. And now they're going to be able to chase Pleb down. Try and duck in and get that bonus movement speed. He's got the Quelling Blade to maybe get some juking going on Pleb. They haven't found him just yet. Oh, and the Ice Path just off the mark as well. No way, Pleb.
He's going to run right back out. I mean, you don't have a place for your boys to TP to anymore, but they are lacking in a little bit of that lockdown with the Ice Path already used. So, well, again, it's all about what you're able to get in exchange, and the fact that they've been able to take both mid and top. I feel like Ancient Tribe are relatively satisfied about this one. That is an area that OG are lacking a little bit, is that consistent catch. It relies a lot on Kittrack being able to land these Ice Paths.
And he does only have one level on the Ice Path at the moment for Kittrack. When do you usually max out the Ice Path compared to the Dual Breath? Actually, maybe we'll hold that because we have a fight about to break out for the Power Rune. LeBron, it's a pretty decent Static Storm. They're going to be lacking the damage onto the Leshrac. So they'll be able to turn it around, stopping the TP. So Thompson held inside the river, but Tribe can they get the glimpse back though, just needing the vision and the range from LeBron. A bit too far away, and Seb's going to do a great job to keep Thompson alive.
Oh, they actually get a solo kill onto the Abba. Okay, he was in a little bit too deep without the mana.
When you tip him, right? I mean, we've been seeing some tips so far from Pleb, but definitely a good time to use one.
They're a valuable commodity, dude. Oh, not the greatest glimpse coming through from LeBron there. Really just wanting to catch out Rezo, but this is where a slight lack of vision is harming Ancient Tribe a little bit. They've set it up a lot defensively so far, and it's kind of understandable, right? You just want to make sure, again, that you're not losing too much of your side of the map, especially while you've got a lot of these big stacks to be able to farm.
Jeez. And they are some huge stacks for Ancient Tribe. So quad maybe the Ancients. Mix still got a double at the hard. And he's farming pretty well. This Meteor Hammer heavily enabling the Dragon Knight to be able to cleave through the jungle. So he's very close to this Blink Dagger.
I wonder if they're even going to go for like a push out in this mid lane into a smoke with the Beastmaster, although he is so close to at least that Vlad's, which I feel like he might want to look to farm that one up for the next little bit. Just to go for like some sort of relocate play. Is Alex actually going to be the one that takes this giant stack? Pretty sure he made the majority of it, so you're not going to get the additional gold bounty from it, but it's going to give him a huge injection of gold, though.
I don't particularly hate it because
He's softening it up for Mobile.
And with that going on, though, OG, they, of course, have the vision over to the triangle, so they're well aware they can take this tower for free. Thompson's got the Bloodstone. You've got an Arcane Rune as well. So we're starting to hit some really big timings, though, for OG. You're looking at maybe 4 minutes when you've got Radiance, Helm of the Overlord, and then maybe another item here for Thompson, and that's going to be very difficult for Ancient Tribe to address.
Seb will have a Holy Locket as well, so plenty of healing through for Thompson. Going into the Aghanim Shard, of course. Great item for the Leshrac afterwards. Yeah, they are closing in on that timing, though, aren't they?
And do we feel like Ancient Tribe's going to be able to deal with that timing? Because
if they've got the Ags, maybe, on Mobile, that's going to be the big thing.
Lane Mixer. Lane TPR. Very nicely done. Oh my lord, that was close. Do we feel like Ancient Tribe can actually contest his timing coming up pretty shortly here from OGs? We might see a fight still break up bottom. Are they going to bring the member down? No, it's just Seb. He does have Resolution nearby, though, to be able to get that tether away. And there is a ward. LeBron, though, not going to be able to get in range. But again, I want to go back to, I'm very concerned about how much value we're going to get out of the Slark at the early stage with all the AoE that OG have. So can Ancient Tribe really address this big spike we're about to see out of Dial?
I think his main role is just to try and stay away from the Leshrac as much as possible. And I know it's easier said than done, but you're going to have a Viper to stand in front of you, right, and get rid of all of the physical that you're having to worry about, from the Abaddon, from the Beastmaster with that Helm of the Overlord. So you're going to feel not quite so scared, right? It's 4 seconds of disarm with that Aghanim, so it's really impactful. And you don't even need to, like, land it perfectly. The cast range is tiny, but the impact range is huge. So I'm really expecting to see them look to rally around Mobile quite a lot once this one's picked up. And he's getting close as well. It really does feel like a race between, like, can we get our Radiance and Helm of the Overlord first, or can we get the Ags first? And honestly, it seems like they're going to come at basically the same time. Maybe OG might have it like 30 seconds earlier, so it's going to be on them to instantly look to make the most out of that small advantage.
OG, they are starting to bring some of their forces down to bottom, wanting to slow down Lil Pleb and his farming. Simultaneously, Ancient Tribe, they're going to try and sweep across the map. So as a result, Lil Pleb being very much sacrificed, but let's see if they can get no one as well into the T2 tower. Such an identical move from either side at this stage of the game. No one, though. It's got the ultimate to work with an instant use of the relocate. They're going to try and shut down with the Abaddon, but they've got the glimpse away, so Thompson, he won't be here for the team fight. He's going to be forced to TP back in, but that'll take too long. No one goes down, but meanwhile, bottom lane, Pleb, he's also in some trouble. So a 1-for-1, both the carries are going to be killed off, but Resolution, he'll also be sent to the grave as Ancient Tribe. They're going to be so happy with coming out on top of that engagement.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you give up one hero for it, and well, unfortunately for the Slark, he's not able to finish up that defusal. Probably would have got away if that was the case, but you almost get the tower taking a lot of damage. You're able to take out some of those big tempo heroes. I mean, you just saw there the advantage of having that break plus the silence, right? You're going to be able to kill this Abaddon inside of it. No way for him to be able to manually activate the borrowed time.
Wait, where are they getting the break from?
Viper.
Oh, ooh.
Easy clap. It's gonna feel nice.
True, true.
So now it's just about making sure you're not losing too much of your map, right? I feel like Ancient Tribe can afford to play perhaps a little reactive unless OG seriously step out of position. Again, he's got the Boots of Travel to be able to play around with so that you might be able to find someone out. Illusion Rune Field's kind of nice if you're able to bottle it up, especially against this silence coming through from the Abaddon.
From the tempest of battle.
Even just getting rid of the dual breath can feel quite good, but I'm not sure if it was if it was clipped by that Observer Ward, the smoke that they're making here.
We are going to see counter smoke though from OG. Seb, went to the hip together. You've got this Radiance to work with. Alex might be the first point of contact. You don't want the Shadow Demon to go down. He's a valuable target to address the Abaddon. We get some distance away with that banishment. Well, off to the right side, though, Thompson, he might be the one that's in trouble. Seb's going to look for the relocate, but it'll be too late. The damage from Ancient Tribe just overwhelms them, and now they can turn to no one as well. But the road time's going to be activated. A lot of health to come back here for no one, but can be strand strong afterwards. But the disarm from the nosedive will get that relocate back up, but Resolution will not have the same fate as Ancient Tribe. They're already looking for the +1. Mixer provides the vision to get the glimpse back. Seb's going to go down, feeding more essence over to Lil Pleb. And he's got the wraparound.
Him, yeah. They have the glimpse, though. No, Disruptor still just a little bit too far away, although...
They're going to dive this. What's stopping them? There's nothing they're going to be concerned about. They know that the borrow time is still on cooldown. Pleb rewarded with the triple kill in Ancient Tribe. Another back-to-back incredible fight for the lads on Radiant.
Even just a casual voodoo mask coming through from Mobai is going to give them so much effectiveness out of this because, again, this is an OG lineup that really doesn't want to buy BKB. You don't tend to see a Leshrac going for that sort of thing this early on into the game. It's much more about finishing up those big damage items first so that you're getting full value out of the Bloodstone. But, well, see you later, Seb.
Oh, LeBron, very cheeky.
Any chance you can get to be cheeky, you got to take it.
Yeah, yes.
To get a haste as well on the Viper.
That team fight also gives a lot of experience over the supports on Ancient Tribe. LeBron level 10, you've also got Alex level 8, still lowest out of all the supports, but in particular, these two heroes scale very well into the late game. If Alex can somehow find that break coming through from the Demonic Purge, if you need it, you're then going to have the potential Aghanim Scepter from the Disruptor as well. So their late game scaling potential on these supports is going to be very scary as they're going to try and go for the attempt. Thompson mid lane. No one standing behind him at the moment. Static Storm's going to be laid down. Seb, they should be able to get the relocate out this time onto the silence. Does stop him on the edge. A bit of an awkward start to the engagement though from Ancient Tribe, and Alex very far on the front line. He's going to be okay for the moment.
He hasn't been toggling that Radiance either on no one. I think he's the one that actually ate the tome, realizing that, you know, the past few fights haven't gone too well. I really need to make sure I get into this level 15 talent. I think maybe they might have gone a tiny bit too early as well on Ancient Tribe.
Okay.
He was one creep away from being able to get that level 15 talent on the Viper, the 15% corrosive skin magic resistance, which would have been huge. But instead, they're just going to look to go into Roche. Alex has scouted it out, though.
That he has, but can you take this fight? And it looks like Ancient Tribe, they're kind of in two minds at the moment. Alex is nearby spamming
Snipe
abilities.
the kill, baby, on Roche. He's got 5 stacks on him already.
Yeah, not bad, 6, let's see. Have to try and play this one safe now. They do have vision of him. They get the kill before the poison.
He got it.
They got it.
Easy.
All right, well done for Alex. That's really, really cute stuff. You saw Dyer was kind of starting to address him, but his defensive posturing from Alex, I mean, that's no joke of the amount of gold you got. Plus 135 for everyone.
And it's not just that as well, right? Like, it doesn't show that he didn't get any experience from that, but again, denying experience away from no one, prolonging the time until he gets onto that level 15 is really important. And just have a look at how much importance they're putting onto this this BKBs as well. I've talked about Leshrac getting one probably a little bit sooner than he would want to, but this is an Abaddon that isn't going Manta style or Blink Dagger. He needs a BKB just so that he can have any part in these team fights. He's going to get caught out though. Has to be careful.
But it's close to the tower though. So they're going to be able to start to TP in the extra numbers. They've been trying to drop down the Static Storm to set up for the TP out, but that's where Kid Track's able to come into play to cancel that one. They're already looking for more as well as Thompson wanting to try and chase down Mobe, but they won't catch up to him. Meanwhile, mid lane though, Resolution actually, he's in trouble. It's a defensive brawl, but that will not help him to cover some distance to get away from Ancient Tribe. So Radiant, they're going to be pretty happy once again with that exchange.
Next Silver One getting the kill. He's just 100 gold away from being able to finish up his own BKB. So again, this is into a Leshrac. You're into a Jakiro. These heroes aren't going to do anything, and we've already gone on about how much issue you can have around an IO draft if you don't make up for it in damage elsewhere. And BKB plus the the disarm from the Viper, plus the damage reduction from the Dragon Knight. He's even got the level 10 Talon as well. So even when these units aren't disarmed, particularly the Helm of the Overlord, they're still not going to do too much of anything, right? It's 60% damage reduction.
And we just saw as well, a gem was given over to Lil Pleb, which is at such a great timing because you've got nighttime in a minute. So Radiant, I don't think they are really worried about the ages. They can definitely continue fighting into it.
Sure.
You've got the Mage Slayer now, which is a great way to address a lot of the damage coming out from Topsum, and that was really what we got to see firsthand at TI. So this is, even though you've got the second life to work with on OG, I don't think they're the stronger team at this stage.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe if they can instantly make a move down to this bottom tower and look to take it, it'd be a plus for them, but you've got the Elder Dragon form coming up in 5 seconds, and I love this from Mixer as well. He's pushing up on the top side. He's saying, you know what, I'm not going to let you just run at me without giving something up in return. He pops the Elder Dragon form as well, so...
Setting up bottom.
Yep.
Oh,
Nice
LeBron,
static.
that's a hell of a static storm onto 3. Mobe's going to be able to jump in the middle as well, and with the break, there's nothing they can do to protect no one. An early advantage going the way of Ancient Tribe. Now, Lil Pleb, he's got the backstab as well. With a Slark looking to wrap around. He wants to take Seb out of the equation. But a great use of the tether is going to be able to protect the Eye, but it means that Topsum doesn't have the ball of life to enable him. So the Leshrak's going to go down, and they're on full-out retreat. Seb's going to try for the relocate play, but LeBron is on point, stops it short. Now they can turn for the Leshrak afterwards. Kills galore, going the way of Ancient Tribe.
They're playing this game so well, man. Like, they just understood completely what OG were going to be throwing at them. And even just as much as how effectively they were able to defend these towers by, you know, shoving out lanes, instant response to it around the big OG timings. This is a team that knows how to play. And they're very clearly taking some advice from a coach as well, just to be able to back them up.
Really cute start to the fight where we see a big reason why no one is forced to go for this BKB. If they get that Static Storm and Nether Toxin down, there's going to be no response from OG. Mm-hmm. And then for Pleb, he's just... main thing for him is he's going to avoid Topson if he doesn't have BKB. Was wanting to try and shut down Seb at the start of the fight, didn't get the kill, then he's like, alright, I'll pop BKB, run down the Leshrak, get that easy kill, and then from there, we've got the numbers advantage. There's no looking back.
Alright, so do you want some copium?
Alright, let's hear it.
They got the tier 2 tower, so now you're probably going to feel a little bit more comfortable in just throwing someone down on towards this bottom side, especially if you can take the outpost, just because it's going to take that little bit longer for Ancient Tribe to be able to make that connection, right? So it means that you can get no one into, well, he's got his level 15, you can get him into the BKB, you can look to have him continue to scale without quite as much threat of him dying, I suppose.
Okay.
And with that BKB as well, I mean, I wonder what Rezo's going to look to do with his level 15 Talon as well, if he chooses to go into the Inner Beast attack speed, just to, again, look to enable the Abaddon a little bit further, because it is reaching this time where he's actually going to be quite scary. They're actually looking to make the jump onto him.
Not again.
He popped the borrowed time.
The borrowed time, though. Yep. Very nicely done.
It's going to be
Is
enough.
it actually enough to keep on? It's not enough. Okay. Pleb, even getting vision as well for the kill onto Kidrak. He'll pop a BKB for this. Seb gets a relocate out, so that's a big victory for Dire. Yes, you lose no one, but BKB expended for Lil Pleb, and they don't really get a kill, so maybe Resolution can look to step in.
He's looking to do it all
to try and
himself.
target down Alex. He can do it with ease, and now turn to LeBron as well, but that kill is going to be a little bit more difficult for them to claim.
You've already lost your mid-tower. I mean, they were able to get the kill so quickly onto no one because they, again, used the disruption onto the SD illusion. So I think he actually turned off the Radiance Burn that time, but he still got plenty of hits in with the illusions, and that provides an extra 100 attack speed. And, you know, for someone like the Viper that just wants to build up those poison attack stacks incredibly quickly, you saw how quickly he melted.
Mm-hmm.
He's even got the Grove Bow to help out with it too. Honestly feels like this Viper's going to get to the state when he gets the Bloodstone where he might almost be unkillable.
Kind of the first time I'm really feeling the impact out of this Viper build. Really liking the Manta style that Mobe's gone for. Have some
Against
issues
Zoo.
with being able to...
It's good against Zoo. That's the particularly like summon unit Zoo, you know?
Thinking about some of the Zoo, Rezo. I'm straight into Mobe. Pretty good timing out of the Warriors, but it's not going to matter with the poison stacking up, and I believe they got the Helm of the Overlord as well, so more gold injected into Viper's bank is continuing to further his lead.
They're looking to get a glimpse off as well, but they backed off as a trio on Old G, so not going to be able to get that glimpse back. Bottom tower, though, might be under a little bit of threat. Thompson has to be a little bit careful about his positioning. Hopefully that quickening charm isn't going to be his undoing, and looks like he's going to be able to back off quickly enough. I like the fact that he's going for the Scythe of Vice. Again, you just need to try and 100 to 0 someone, but I feel like they're lacking this immediate lockdown. So I think the way that Old G are going to take a successful team fight is Rezo needs to get this this Blink Dagger up on his Beastmaster, and you have to find the Shadow Demon. You blink, you roar him first, you jump in with the extra movement speed, you pop BKBs, you burst him down, and then maybe you're able to like actually take out some of these other heroes using the Scythe of Ice.
He's being such a nuisance. Someone to pop the BKB early on from Pleb. He's still going to try and stand his ground though, because he does have some boys starting to move over. Radiant didn't glyph the Kree wave, but the Viper's still close enough that he can run. We're going to have Mobai look to show up pretty shortly here. Oh, gee, though, is this really the fight you're hoping for? Pleb finds the angle. No one's going to be protected with the BKB, but it doesn't matter. He's just so on to farm that Pleb can beat down away from the Abaddon as no one completely taken out of the equation. Hobson, though, looking to jump on forward. He's kind of out of mana here for the Leshrac. Has the Blood Zone soon to activate. It's Radiant. They're looking to go back into the middle. It's going to be up to Thompson to turn this team fight. Does the Leshrac have the damage to go up against the Ancient Tribe members? It doesn't look like it's enough, as in the end, no one goes down for Ancient Tribe. It's a 5-man wipe, and now they can look to get some objectives as well off the back of that fight.
Yeah, no one goes down from Ancient Tribe, and no one goes down on Old G as well, but very, very different style, as they can just look to run it down mid. I mean, they don't have the freedom of no glyph to have to worry about, but look at what Ancient Tribe do. They're just going to force Old G to continue playing back on their side of the map, shoving out every single lane. Even if they're able to mount some kind of successful defense, they're not going to be able to do anything for the next minute or so after that, and well, they're going to have the Roshan to be able to play around with. Wouldn't have even hated to see them pop an aggressive glyph there with the siege creep, and again, multiple lanes pushing in, but they're looking to try and establish themselves around this Roshan. Of course, Little Pleb still holding on to that gem as well, so he will almost certainly get affected by this cliff ward. They'll get that D-ward off, and then what an easy way to be able to set yourselves up. They're going for an all-out smoke. This kind of feels do or die, and I'm still seeing a lack of an ability to be able to get onto that most important hero in Alex. His positioning has been super solid. Thompson, his smoke pops. He knows someone's hanging out outside. And they really would. Oh. I mean, are they just going to wait around this Roche pit and hope that they walk into them? They even blink back underneath this other Observer ward, so they've just got complete vision of where Old G are looking to play. Once again, take away the vision and advance on forward. See if you can... I wouldn't even hate a pounce forward on the Slark. See if you can get a glimpse back to confirm Roche. And I kind of feel with the Elder Dragon form being popped, that's the sort of thing that you need to be doing straight away, and looks like they will. With the
Yeah, it doesn't seem like... How do you contest it with that ward going down? You continue to highlight the importance of killing Alex to start, but without the cliff ward, like, how are you going to see the Shadow Demon? It's up to Rezo maybe with a Hawk, or someone has to just go crazy and run into the middle. So it's going to be a difficult way to take the fight. They're actually not even trying to force the issue though on Ancient Tribe.
I think maybe they were trying to bait someone to be able to go in first. Again, look at this huge wraparound. They are desperate to catch this Shadow Demon, but he just always seems to be playing on the backside of the rest of the team, never completely isolated away. He might even look to use his illusion as a little bit of bait, a little bit of information. LeBron's a decent catch too, but here we go.
They see the balls, they're aware. Thompson though, Instant jump into the middle. What can the Let's Strike do? They'll get the first kill onto the Disruptor. He's going to try and turn. They spy out Alex. Thompson's trying to get towards him, but the Purge slows him down. Alex is just toying with them. They can never get onto the Shadow Demon, and as a result, all the members of Ancient Tribe are freely spellcasting in the middle. This will be all that she wrote for this team fight. Seb trying to get the relocate out, but the poison is stacked up. It might be time to call it quits as Ancient Tribe. I'll get the last laugh with that tip from Alex. It was looking like a grim start to this game with 3 members going down before the horn. But Ancient Tribe, they'll be the ones to tip OG back, and in the end, they'll find game 1.
That was just a plan executed to perfection, right? What a great last pick, Viper. Showing us...